7 Days to Die will be leaving early access here shortly after nearly a decade plus of development. And with this news, the community has been left wondering what exactly this means for an Alpha 22 and the future content drops for the game. Luckily, this announcement did give some clarity as to the future of the game itself, and it does look promising. In this video, I'll be going over everything coming with version 1.0 to console and PC in the early summer. And I'll dive into the content drops titled Storms Brewing, A New Threat, and the road ahead for next year. If you're curious what's coming and want to see what some of this content might look like in the future, stick around and hang out till the end. Experimental version 1.0 is planned for late May and should give PC players a chance to check out what's all coming in the 1.0 launch through Steam. The developers currently plan for a stable launch in June for PC and a console launch in July. I wouldn't be shocked, however, if this gets pushed back as we get closer to the release dates. Once console version 1.0 is released, all further stable updates to the game should be released at the same time for console and PC players. The price of the game will, however, be going up to $45 with version 1.0, and console players will sadly have to repurchase the game if they owned a prior version. Pricing of $45 is due to the official launch of the game and the devs wanting the pricing to be similar across platforms. Before we get into what's all coming game-wise for version 1.0, we should go over the two features console players still won't have. Random world generation and crossplay will not be included in the console version upon Stable's release this summer. These will be coming later in the year in the content drop titled Storms Brewing. These are two huge features that sadly, as the developers have said, will not be ready by the summer planned release date. The good news, however, is the crossplay is working as intended, and they are apparently just waiting upon certification. Random world generation, however, has been pretty mum from their side of things. I'm guessing this is more of a technical issue they need to sort through before release. Okay, so what's all actually coming in version 1.0 that we know is confirmed? Well, the big things are the character system, the zombie variance system, and the new outfit system. That's a lot of systems. But in all honesty, those are the big three concepts that are being added that will really change the game. I'll go over these first and then get into things like performance and the vehicles. The character system lets you choose from completely redone HD base models that look a hell of a lot better than the old ones. Players can edit the face, eyes, hair, etc. And there are new shaders that are being added as well that make this look even better. The bodies look a lot more realistic than they did before, and they're a lot more defined. Just look at the hand. It's almost a crazy amount of detail. It would also be pretty cool if we could edit the hair length and stuff like that in detail, but that probably won't be coming in this update. All this graphical improvement should really make seeing other players in multiplayer look a lot more realistic and just make the game feel more modern. Right now, the bad models really stand out in multiplayer specifically, at least in my opinion. Of course, with these new models, the game also needs new animations to fit them. The devs have showcased a lot of these out throughout the development process so far, but what I think really stands out is the outfits that these animations are wearing. It kind of gives us a sneak peek at what the new outfit system has in store in terms of looks. This system will replace the old clothing system that was in the game. This more than likely means the old clothing in the game will be removed in favor of these new themed armor sets that come with various bonuses. Now, as you can see here, they tell you exactly what the bonuses that you will get are in some of this concept art. But how will they tell you in the game? I'm kind of hoping they keep it a mystery until you wear it yourself. I know a major concern of the player base is having to carry around all these various armor sets depending on what they do. I think players are going to have to be very deliberate in what they choose to specialize in regarding their gear. I doubt you'll be able to craft every single armor set. But hey, at the very least, your hands in first person mode will now reflect what you are wearing, which is a minor complaint a lot of people have had. The new zombie variance system will change up the look of zombies as they spawn into the world. Coloring of their hair, clothing, and even their skin will change from those that spawn in around them. Apparently, these models perform better overall than their old counterparts too. which would be amazing if true because the old zombies spawning in was not a smooth process. It's kind of funny because you can predict a wandering horde coming based on the lag spike when they spawn. Hell, even POIs can be a problem if you have the zombie count turned up. It's nice to see them addressing some of the stale parts of the game and something modders have been doing for a while. Now we are on to the new vehicle assets coming in version 1.0. Over the past few updates, we have been seeing a lot of graphical improvements to the game, and it seems the fun pimps didn't want to leave vehicles out. The big change here is that mods now affect the look of your vehicles. If you add storage and extra protection to your truck, then the look of it will reflect that. This gives the devs a lot of room to continue to mess with the designs of vehicles while also staying true to the game. And I'm curious what modders can do with this. Will they be able to create some crazy mods that let us shoot rockets or something out of our truck? Mods are such a huge part of this game at this point that I would be shocked if it wasn't possible. Keeping on the trend of updating the graphics of the game, new animal art is also coming in version 1.0. You can really tell that this art looks a lot better when you look at the fur. It's a lot more detailed and actually kind of looks like a AAA game. There is also new animations coming with some of the animals as well, which hopefully look a lot better. Even Grace herself is getting a whole new look. The whole theme of this version 1.0 seems to be improving the graphics of the game itself. We're seeing this with animals, cars, zombies, character models. It just seems to be a theme of the whole version. Now, could this be because Alpha 22 was always going to be version 1.0? Who knows? But it sure seems like a lot of effort lately has been spent on graphics rather than anything else. Performance-wise, the game should get an overall huge boost with the new version. If PC players are going to be playing on the same base game as console players, this would have to be the case. I would imagine playing on lower settings on your computer would show this the best as well. The biggest actual feature coming to performance would be the blurry windows from far away. What exactly does this mean? Well, if a player is far away from a building, objects inside the building won't have to render, which should reduce lag a lot, especially in cities. The devs had to find a way to fix this because there's no way console players would have been able to play the game otherwise, because the cities are just too huge now. So what comes after version 1.0? Well, first is Storm's Brewing. Weather system and biome progression overhaul, a wardrobe system, crossplay, and random gen for consoles. And in small print there you can see it says additional zombie stages. Now what could this mean? I'm guessing this could be maybe a type of infected stage system, where the zombies will look different based on how infected that they are. Now this could be completely wrong, but that would be pretty cool, and it would fit the theme of what they've been doing recently. A new threat will be dropping in 2025, and it will include the Bandits. Yes, they are finally coming yet again. Another cool thing I'm looking forward to is the UI/main menu overhaul. It's needed an overhaul for quite some time. The Bandits have been getting pushed off for years, and it seems like this is finally their actual time to get released. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to the most with the Bandits. I'm kind of hoping we get some NPCs to go along with them to add to the story, even though that's coming out later this year in the next update called The Road Ahead, with a full story mode finally. Maybe this is where the Duke and Noah finally get character models added to the game. As the game's been developed, we have seen all kinds of teased stuff about them, including some of the art that is coming out in version 1.0. I'm thinking this is the time where they plan to actually put out character models for them. Besides that, we have Steam Workshop support, a new quest type, and the Trader Overhaul. The Trader Overhaul could be the fast travel that was leaked in a dev stream a while back.
As you can see, there's a teleport, a helipad that has an Alpha 22 kind of feature involved with it. We won't talk about too much tonight.
Regardless, this hasn't been mentioned since, so it's probably been pushed back. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about the change of name from Alpha 22 to version 1.0. Does it upset you that it was so sudden? I feel like it was kind of just rushed out a little bit. Do you believe them when they say it was the plan all along to turn Alpha 22 into version 1.0? I do like that we have a more solid roadmap now. I think that was a much needed concept that the developers really weren't doing. And hell, it even had some nice art. But I really just want to see the game continue to pump out free updates, and then I'll be happy. As always, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy 7 Days to Die content. Currently, I'm working on a 100 days playthrough with Professor Pons. The supercut of that should be awesome. And I'll see you guys in that next video.